Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Anil and welcome back for another video. So, we have phones, PCs, laptops, smartwatches, TVs, and all that stuff at every single price point, whether it's 15k to maybe 300,000 PKR. We have a lot of these objects in every single price point, and they are widely available in Pakistan. But when it comes to Android tablets specifically, not a lot of choices, not a lot of effort is put into the tablet market in Pakistan. Now, there's a quick disclaimer that I am not going to talk about iPads because Apple has a totally different pricing approach when it comes to tablets, so we're just going to put them aside. We're just going to talk about Android tablets and its problem in its market in Pakistan. Let's get started. Alright, so the first problem is lack of information. Now, a lot of people are gonna say it's lack of, effort or lack of availability in every single price point. But what I think is lack of information, because, for example, if you go to the market and you want to pick up a tablet in 15k, for example, and you read the specifications, it has 16 gigs of RAM, 1 gig of memory. You're gonna say, what the hell is wrong with this tablet? Like, there's still 1 gigabyte of RAM. But when it comes to RAM in phones and RAM in tablets, there's a totally different approach when it comes to RAMs in tablet, and that is because tablet RAMs are basically bigger. So if you want to compare a spec list of tablet to a spec list of a phone, then I think you are never gonna find a best tablet, because phone specifications and tablet specifications are totally different. It doesn't matter if they have the same operating system, it doesn't matter whether they fall into the same category, because a lot of people think that phones and tablets fall into the same category. Well, you're wrong, my man. You're totally different about that. You're totally wrong about that. So the thing is, 1 gigabyte of RAM, if you want to compare 1 gigs of RAM of a tablet to a phone, then it's certainly going to take maybe 1.5 or 2 gigs of RAM of a phone to run just like 1 gig of RAM of tablet. Now, it might be a little bit frustrating to learn this, but when I learned this, it was really surprising for me, because before all this, I also compared the spec list of a tablet to the spec list of a phone. So I think it's quite a misunderstanding when it comes to the specifications in the spec list in the phone and tablet market. Alright, so the second problem is lack of innovation, because companies always invest in R&D. Now, if you don't know what R&D is, it basically means research and development. Phones put a ton of money in research and development of smartphones. But what they don't do is they don't put money in R&D of tablets. And that is where people try to, see the problem. You see, we have seen phones with punch holes, we've seen with pop-up cameras, we've seen phones with basically a lot more experimental stuff like rotating cameras and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to tablets, it's really boring. What we have are borders, we have some bezels, and that's about it. Like, we don't have any kind of variation. So people don't pick up tablets for really cool innovation, or they don't pick up tablets because they're eye-catching. They're not eye-catching. But what people do want to pick up a tablet for is conferencing, because when it comes to conferencing, tablets are miles ahead of phones, because only one phone, maybe even it's an iPhone or Android, one phone basically has one microphone or maybe two microphones. When it comes to tablets, they have 4 microphones, 8 microphones. I've seen tablets with 12 microphones. Like, that is a ton of microphones. And with that kind of power, you can basically record a cinematic video, and that's, I think, what I am trying to do these days. I'll just kind of let you know about that when I get started. Alright, the third problem is lack of choices. For example, if you want to pick up an Android phone, you're in the market for an Android phone, you got a ton of choices. You got Oppo, Vivo, Xiaomi, Infinix, Samsung, Huawei, Apple, Tecno, ton of companies. And then you have sub brands like Pocophone, you have Realme, you have maybe a lot of stuff like Huawei's Honor phones. But when it comes to tablets, you don't have a lot of choices. So we have iPads from Apple, and then we got the Samsung's S series that are really expensive. Like there are like over 100,000 PKRs in Pakistan, and not a lot of people can afford it, and people don't really even want to spend a ton of money on a tablet which spec lists don't really even give them the peace of mind. So the thing is that you don't have a lot of choices. Of course, you have the Huawei MediaPad, but when people see the spec list, it's the same problem, the lack of information. But when they start using it, it's a really good tablet, and you don't have a lot of choices. You don't have a lot of price points. Like even if you want to pick up the cheapest tablet from Samsung, that is the Samsung Galaxy A 10.1. That tablet is available for 32,000 PKRs, and you can buy probably a mid-range flagship with any company. Like you can buy a mid-range flagship from Vivo or Oppo or maybe even Huawei, and if you are lucky, you can get a refurnished Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus 64GB in that price point. So the third is lack of choices. You don't have a ton of choices in the tablet market. Now, of course, what I have seen in a couple of months is that Lenovo is trying their best to revive the Android tablets industry by giving people even access to 15K tablets, like 15K price point, and they're giving you 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of memory, and all that kind of stuff. And Lenovo knows that people don't have a lot of information about the spec list, so what they're giving you the phone RAM, like the RAM that they put in the phone, and they're giving you that RAM in the tablet, and that is pretty cool to see. But if it would be even faster if they just put a tablet 1 gig of RAM, but then people won't even understand what's the difference. But I hope that they solve the problems in the tablet industry and revive the Android tablet industry. iPads have been really popular for years now, and I think they have got the monopoly on the tablet market, and of course the Android tablet has to counter something like that to break the monopoly of iPads. Hope they fix this problem really soon. Anyway, this was the video today. Hope you guys liked it. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video to your friends, and of course be sure to drop down some comments in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.